As I'm sure most of you already know, there's always something to do on the fleet here. One of the things that has been aggravating me besides batteries is flat tires. The rest of them all have pretty decent tires on it. I mean, I really wouldn't take the race boat anywhere, you know, it's not local without replacing them, but the rest of them seem to be doing okay. But this Biesemeyer, like I said, I bought these tires. They were used, but they were in good shape and they flattened in no time. So time for new tires. Daddy wants some new shoes. So here we are at Mr. Tire getting new shoes for the Biesemeyer. At least somebody else is doing some work for a change instead of me, but as soon as I get them back, I'll be doing some more work. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with my boy's ability here. This little spider has just gone on the whole journey with me. He doesn't want to come out now. And he's hung on the whole time. 50, 60 mile an hour, I don't know, 5 or 6 miles each way. And he's home. Good for him. We'll just leave him be. Ah, pretty nice, pretty nice. And the wife won't be saying my boat looks trashy out here in the yard. Man, do I have a love-hate relationship with projects like this. I mean, yeah, I love my new tires, and it's sweet. Won't be doing them for a while. But, you know, all I had to do was take them off and throw them in a truck, take them up to the place, and sit in an air-conditioned waiting room and wait for them to give them back to me. And then they cost a lot of money. So it's just kind of weird for me. It's like, you know, it's almost, I kind of liken it probably to like crack. You do a hit, it's like euphoric. It's like, yeah, this is great. And then you're immediately coming down off of it because, you know, it's tires. So it's not like, you know, and it'd be really nice to see that they're full of air while they're sitting out here instead of, you know, down on the rims, because the wife is right. That does look a bit trashy. So, yeah, it's a plus, and I needed to get it done. And I've been wanting to do this for at least a year now, since my first flat. And now it's done. But, I mean, it's just that quick. Think about it, do it, boom, it's over with. You know, it's not even waiting for something to show up. So, satisfactory, yes. Coming down quick, yes. Got to go find something else to do. It's been a busy couple days here. With that, we get to take some things off of our master list. Like that. That. And yeah, new brackets for the trailer. That. And what else we got here? Oh, look, BC tires. Yeah, we got a hole here, but we're going to get that also. Nice. And then selling the Donzi takes these two off. We're starting to run out of things to do, which I'm perfectly happy with. Everything seems to be working real well. Belts ain't flapping all over the place. Got plenty of water sucking on the hose. I have the valve down there partially open too, so if the water just wanted to fall back out, it would fall out. And right now underneath the boat, there's nothing falling out of it. That's how the Biesemeyer works. And even though it's got two places like this actually has at the moment, it's got one back here where the hose comes in and it meets down there somewhere. If you have this connection also open, it still should suck up the water no matter what, because it's made to suck up air pockets because you go over waves all the time. When I tested it the last time, I left that partially open and everything just dumped right out of the bottom of the boat. The only time I could get it to run through the motor is when I closed that valve, which actually pressurizes the system. But besides it being a little cranky to wake up, everything sounds good. My fingers are crossed. Well, as usual, we have some weather moving in, and that's just kind of the way it works. Calling for rain all day tomorrow, but it's nice to see that the 19 is actually ready to go, or at least go for a test drive. I don't know what happens, but every time I have an issue, which this was self-induced, as I said before, I bottomed it right into the sand down there at the boat ramp and destroyed the impeller and overheated the motor, which really didn't overheat it. I mean, it got to about 210, and it's not really overheating, especially with a lot of newer motors they have. Run real hot, but long story short, this looks like the next couple days it's supposed to be just downright out nasty. It's pretty odd walking over here without a Donzie, but there's still plenty of time, plenty of things to do. Wow. And it's starting already. Yeah, it's starting to come down. My main goal is just really to get a whistle inside the boat. I have one attached to my blow-up life vest, you know, for warning people. And this boat don't have a horn, so that's one thing you actually have to have on oneself, or in this case, in the glove box. So that's taken care of. And we also added a nice new hook that I created to help be able to catch some of these crab pots as we're going by, because I tend to have to run over half of them and the other half are too far out of reach. So nothing major. I just kind of found some parts of this together in a house that I remodeled and decided to put it together. This will stop, the rope will stop it from, you know, chafing on a bunch of stuff, and put this loop in the end to make sure you don't lose it overboard. And if you do, I also made sure that it'll float. A little concerned with this heavy weight in the end, but it turned out pretty cool. I mean, it's got about the perfect reach. In total, you get about another, I don't know, 30 inches or so of reach, which is just enough. I mean, we're not pulling in lobster pots off the coast of Maine or anything. But it does prevent you having to get so close to the boat that somebody could actually have to reach over the side of the boat to grab the buoy. I mean, it can be over here, and you don't have to have somebody stretching and reaching out of the boat. All it comes down to is the fact that I'm on the other side of the boat, just to balance out the load. If everybody's on one side, meaning the two of us are both on the same side, the whole boat leans to one side. So, yeah, I have to be on the other side, so I can't see the pot coming up, and it has to almost be within reach, you know, reach down level, and, you know, 2 inches this way or 2 inches that way, and you're on top of it, or you're too far away. So nice little new hook for that, and some other repair equipment. But now it's time to go hide back in the garage. And of course, I know a lot of you are going to laugh at my little longevity. I've had it for about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. It's worked fine for me. And sometimes people have bad luck with them, sometimes they don't, but mine's worked fine. And I'm not a welder at all, but on occasion I do need to stick some things together. Like my mower deck here, this thing had a couple 3-inch split going on, and it was all turned over, and it was just getting worse and worse. So I pounded it all back out, got out my trusty little welder there, and proceeded to weld it back up. Mower decks are expensive for this thing. I mean, they're almost half the cost of the damn machine to begin with. But all is good with my little tiny welder. And now that I've got some primer on it, done job. I mean, if it has like a structural importance or something, I'm going to get my neighbor to do it. He's a real certified welder. But, you know, I mean, if I'm just sticking some bracket together or, you know, what have you, fixing a mower deck, a little longevity comes in handy. And as I said, I've probably, what would it cost me, $20, $30 to take someplace? I've probably done that 500 times. So, I mean, you can do the math. And there's enough people online that you can actually learn enough to where you can stick a couple pieces of metal together, and then it's practice makes perfect. You know, I mean, I'm still not good at it. I suck bad, but at least, as I said, I can fix a mower deck if I need to. Well, it don't sound like we're going to get much done today. It always seems like something. Let's do it again. Rest of my vehicles, I guess. You almost want that same level of, you know, do that again. I know that sounds a little weird, but you know, it's relative to me. It's like, you know, this ain't coming out good at all. Yeah. Let's just do it all over again. It's nothing. My finger on top of the microphone doesn't help. You want that kind of same level of, I don't know, it's been a busy couple days.